Ladies and gentlemen, those between and those far out, long time newer. Wow. Okay, breath. Long time viewers and newcomers alike. Welcome back to the U Idaho Esports Twitch channel. Totally did not botch that. I am your very grateful host, Kaz Phoenix, here in the analyst corner for the Vandal pre-show, joined here by Britnee Chriesten. Britnee, lovely to have
Hi.
you
Thanks for
here
inviting me.
at the corner, at the couch, in the lab, the newest rendition of the lab since you have last been here. And as maybe you can tell by the jersey, it is not your first time here.
No,
You have some history with the program.
I do. Yes.
With working alongside us, with working alongside Wayne in the development of the program. So very happy to have you here. It has been quite a while since we've spoken. I don't think we've spoken since you've left DSI.
The, maybe. I mean, I was here this past spring,
Well, yes, that is
but
true.
so that's
So
been
that is
since.
sooner.
That's been sooner, but still, it's been far too long. And
Yes.
I am really glad to be back here. And I love what y'all have done with the lab and what's happening and how this program's growing. And I just am so excited for y'all. This is great.
Well, I appreciate it so much. We are adamantly proud of ourselves as well. We put so much work into this, making it all nice and presentable for guests like you to enjoy, and obviously our players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as I like to say on the show, I will more formally hand the talking stick over to you, allow you to talk a little bit more about yourself and introduce yourself to our audience, what you do here at the university, anything else that you think might be interesting about you, etc.
Yeah, well, I guess to start, I am a Vandal alum myself. I graduated in 2014 with a degree in public relations and a degree in conservation social science. So I'm a jam kid. I know we have some jam reps in the lab here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Broadcasting major.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's like, I love that connection that I have to this university. And I graduated, left, came back to the Palouse, and in 2021, I actually came back to the university. I took a hard left turn into higher education. Before that, I was working large scale music festivals and community events in the Pacific Northwest, and life changed, and I found myself back here at U of I. And I worked for the Department of Student Involvement, and that's where I got to meet Wayne and get involved with the initial building of this program. So when I say I'm like so proud of you all and what has happened and like where we've come in the years since all of this starting to grow, it's just been so incredible to watch that happen, and seeing the awards and accolades hanging up in different parts of the space is just so incredibly cool.
We like to brag. And we
Yeah.
don't even have our trophies up because I was told that some of them have to go to the department, like in the actual space over there.
Yeah.
Because we have some people coming and we want to show off a little bit, and I can't blame them. We were the only program to bring home a Big Sky trophy last year, which
That's
is
a
more
big
than
deal.
athletics can say.
Really big deal. Yeah, it's Leadership Week at the University of Idaho. So I think the trophies are actually on display in the iSub in the trophy case that is in one of the main hallways there. So you guys are up front and center.
Making us known is
Yes.
a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about your time at the university, because you've been here for a while, but I'm not exactly sure how long.
Yeah, so I'm making my 5th trip around the sun at U of I. So this is my 5th year, and I'm actually in my second. No, I just finished my first year with the College of Business and Economics. So I had moved from Department of Student Involvement to CBE last year, and I just wrapped up my first year with them, and now I'm in my second. So I was in DSI for 4 years. Almost 4 years, and then moved to CBE. Yeah.
I see.
Math is hard.
Yeah, I get it. This is I like I tell people, this is not the math show. We're not here to
No,
do math.
we don't do math
We're
here.
here to talk. We're here to have a nice time. But in your time with the university. And I asked Dan Hickman, who we had here on the show yesterday, this question, and I think I like it, so I'm going to keep it going. Throughout your time here, what do you think has been encouraging you to come back? Right. I mean, obviously, it's not like you're renewing a contract every year, but it's
Right.
like, you're not entirely new to the Palouse, right? You were here for your undergrad and went around for a little bit. You did your graduate program in New England at Southern New Hampshire, and then decided to come back here. What encouraged that decision, and why has it worked for you so far?
I think the one thing about the Palouse region is it's so unique and it's so special. And I think the University of Idaho experience is unlike anything else. You can go be a Coug, you can go be a Bronco, you can go be a Bear. You could go to California and do that, bigger school opportunity. But being a Vandal, I think, is truly, honestly, about the community. And whether you're into video games and you are part of the esports community, whether you are in a club or you're part of a performance group on campus, you are surrounding yourself with people that are truly going to be lifelong friends. Like, it's transformational and it's an experience unlike anything else. And my time here at the University of Idaho really shaped who I am. And I think the reason why I love the work that I do is I have that same opportunity to give back in that way to students. And that's what keeps me coming back. It's about experiential learning. It's about building community. It's about developing yourself as a leader and as someone who wants to be engaged with their community. And that's something that I think as Vandals we do right. And I think that's what keeps us all coming back. And I think that's part of why our students love to be here too.
That's a very well said answer. That hit everything on the tee. It's like you had that like rehearsed or something. It was beautiful.
I believe it. It's not rehearsed. I believe it.
And I think you can definitely tell about the way that you talk about it. It's like you do truly believe in the work that you're doing and the people that you work with, and the impact that you have on the students that you're working with. Right. I find that admirable. Because we've spoken to a lot of other people on the show who feel very similarly, and it's good to know that we have so many people that are working in administration that really care about the students and are working towards their success, while also helping work to fulfill the university's vision of enriching these students of becoming better people, right? Now we'll backtrack a little bit. At the beginning of the interview, you did talk about your experience outside of higher education and event management. I believe one of the things that we talked about long ago was our interest in music business. You did your master's in music business, I believe, at SNHU.
Yeah, it was a joint program through SNHU and Berklee College of Music.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
It was pretty neat.
Berklee seems very intimidating.
It
but
is.
Also, all of New England seems very intimidating. In a good way, in a very positive, infatuated way. But I wanted to ask a little bit about that because we've had some conversations in the lab, specifically because of me, because that was a field that I was interested in working in for a while, about similar things that we have on campus between Vandal Entertainment, and you in particular have a lot of experience with local event production yourself. You were the founder of Moscow Mountain Music Fest. You are the owner of BP Productions, which is, I believe, your event logistics and production company is the way that you worded it. How did you find yourself interested in that field? I know you had some music experience while you were still doing your undergrad. And then, that definitely seemed to take off as you went further into your work career and further into your education. I was just curious about where your motivation for that came from.
Yeah, well, music is a huge part of my life. I mean, I was one of those band kids that didn't stop. Elementary school, I picked up an instrument and I played all through college. I was in the Vandal marching band. I did wind ensemble. I was part of many different performance groups, and I thought I wanted to be a music major when I started.
So did I. We all learn a little too fast.
You get into that practice schedule and then you're like, man, I have no life. I can't do anything but practice. And I loved music so much I didn't want to hate it. And around that time, I was making that decision, should I change or not? And I met the director of the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival at the time. His name was Steve Remington. And we had a conversation. I had volunteered for Jazz Fest my freshman year, and I did the drive team. I got to meet artists and clinicians, and I really loved it. And he was like, come work for us. We have student job opportunities. You should come work for us, see what it's like. And he really took me under his wing and kind of guided me through the whole thing. And after my first Jazz Fest working for them my sophomore year, I was like, this is all I want to do. This is everything. This is experience building. This is being literally engulfed by music and experiencing all aspects of it. And so that's really what was the catalyst to me being like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I really, really was fortunate that every opportunity that came my way had something to do with music in some way. Even when I was working in Seattle, I was managing an 88-acre estate. I was one of the top sites in the Seattle area for weddings. Never thought I'd be a wedding planner in my life. But the owners of that property were really interested in growing their business, and we started bringing in small music festivals, 1-2 day events, and we'd have success with that. And then more people would be like, hey, we want to come, we want to like host our events here. And one of the biggest ones that we did was a multi-day Hawaiian music festival.
Wow.
And it was just so cool. All these people coming together, the community, the food, the music, it was amazing. And I just really loved it. And I've always had a very strategical mind. I worked for a rafting company, and that I was in the office doing logistics, being like, okay, we need this many sleep kits, and these tents need to be washed on this day so we can make sure we have them for this. And okay, now we have to pack 14 cups of cheese, all sorts of random things. But it's like a puzzle and putting it together. And I think going back to building experiences for people, and I think that's really important to me. And so I'm really fortunate that part has carried over. And I still get to do, music things and introduce people to bands. And I'm working on my PhD right now, and I've even threaded music into that too. So it's just really, really deeply part of my life.
Wow. I like your answer a lot, mostly because it's kind of like where I want to envision myself like post grad. Because again, it's music is something that's also very like a big significant part of my life as well.
Yeah.
We dropped being music majors for very similar reasons. But I feel like we're also interested in music, and I guess the more executive side of it, for very similar reasons. As you were saying, it's like a big part of it for you is being able to deliver those experiences to people. And in a way, you're still doing that. Obviously, when you move to the Department of Student Involvement, when you came to U of I, a lot of your job was in the hands of things that were enriching the student experience, right?
Yeah.
And now you're working with college business, which is doing the same thing, but in an even nicher scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see, especially from what I was able to learn about you from external sources, how a lot of those things still tie into what you do today in higher education. So absolutely admirable. Great answer. I really appreciate it. And that is about it in terms of questions I have for you. So, Britnee, future Dr. Chriesten.
Yes.
Absolutely appreciate you coming to the couch today.
Yes.
Was the couch comfortable?
The couch was so comfortable.
That's my favorite part of the interview. It's
I
just
don't
asking
want to
people how
leave.
the couch was.
Like, I just kind of want to stay on this couch.
It's a pretty comfortable couch. Maybe I can convince production to let us stay over here and watch the game. Speaking of which, our League of Legends varsity team, or JV, because people were telling me something weird and I don't remember. But one of our League of Legends teams, anyway, are playing the University of Albany tonight. We've been playing a lot of New York. We've played Rochester this week. We've played Albany now.
Oh, wow.
I believe Rensselaer was here last week. So just a lot of New York involvement here for the League of Legends team.
Yeah.
It's been super exciting, and it's going to be super exciting again tonight. But at least from the analyst corner, that is going to be it from me. So from me and Britnee, we are wishing you a farewell
Yeah. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. V's up